Since US and Canada are main players in the western part of the world, US we will deal a little later. But what about Canada situation? How are we dealing with it? Now, have we contained
Yeah, just
it?
imagine, some time ago you would have said, Canada we will deal with later, let's talk about the US. So now, for some inexplicable reason, you are saying US baad mein baat karenge, chalo Canada ki baat karte.
US is not problematic for us.
No, that's true, I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
US is not problematic for us.
But Canada is, even though it's a lightweight.
Unfortunately, I agree there also.
But such a wonderful people-to-people relationship, and now it is a struggling economy and whatever. But why Trudeau will be doing this?
I think, that's a question you need to have Trudeau here, not Jaishankar, to answer. I can only speculate. Look, to some extent, I think there is a general Western issue, and to some extent, a very specific Canada issue. I think the Western issue has been, after all, let's be frank, the world order after 1945 was heavily Western. I mean, it was before 45 also in an imperial colonial sense. And after 1990s, it was again very, very Western. So what has happened, you can say, in the last 20, 25 years, is that there is what you can call a rebalancing, a multipolarity. Many non-Western countries have a bigger share, a bigger contribution, a bigger role, if you would, and a bigger influence which will naturally come. So the equations, in a way, between the West and the non-West, I think is changing. And it's not easy to adjust to that. If you've been dominant and you are less dominant, if there was a time when, in the conversation you were looking up and I was looking down, and now the conversation is no longer like that. It takes a little bit of getting used to. So I would say, in a broad way, on multiple subjects, today when the natural diversity of the world has started to express itself, when many more countries, and particularly many more large countries like India or China, have points of view and positions to take, there will be contestations, there will be frictions, there will be arguments. So it won't be so smooth. That's a larger picture. Where Canada is concerned, I think there are some very specific issues. I think a lot of people know that. You are right. If you look at the people to people, if you look at the business relationship, it's very, very strong. For a lot of people, it is very difficult to imagine that we could reach the state of relations that we have today. So why has this happened? I would say definitely there is some history, for the non-Indians in the room, I should remind you that in the 1980s, Indian Air India plane was blown up flying out of Canada, and in many ways that's a kind of a overhang, because it wasn't just an incident, it was a reflection of something which was going on there. But at a time when many people felt that, look, that's all behind us, I think developments in the politics went in a different direction. And we are seeing to some degree the consequences of that. So again, I give you the first observation that, the broad attitude versus the specific. And I'll give you 2-3 examples of it. Canada has just they asked us to subject our High Commissioner to a police inquiry, you can say, and we chose to withdraw the High Commissioner and diplomats.